Hi folks, Matthew here with Disaster Area Designs. I'd like to do a quick video demo today of the new version 2.02 firmware for the DMC-3XL and DMC-4 Gen2. We've got a couple of under the hood tweaks, including the option to disable the expression pedal display. But the big change is adding looper support for the Eventide H9. If you're not familiar with this, Eventide released an update a few days ago that allows you to purchase the time factor looper algorithm, and right now it's at no charge. So if you haven't updated your H9, go ahead and do that. Unlike the timeline or the line 6 loopers, the Eventide is a foreground looper. What that means is that when you're using the looper, it takes over the H9 just like it did on the time factor. You can't loop and have a delay at the same time, or loop and have a pitch shift or a reverb. So it's not quite as useful as the looper on the M9 or the timeline, but it is still a cool way to get into looping if you haven't done it before, and it's nice as an alternative looper. You can have two loops going at the same time if you have a timeline and an H9, so there's a couple of cool things you can do with it. In order to make it work, you'll need to update your H9 to the latest and purchase the looper algorithm from the H9 store. You'll also have to save one of the looper patches to a preset on your H9. We've used preset 99, so if we go to the DMC and we go out of this, you'll see that we've got, A1 is our factory default ultra tap, and then 99 is our looper. When looper doesn't have anything stored, the display shows empty, and then the display updates to show how much recording time has elapsed, whether you're overdubbing, playing, recording, and it also will show stop. So let's dive right in. To make this work, you'll have to map a couple of parameter values on your H9 using H9 control or the MIDI menu, and we'll go ahead and show those to you. If you're using H9 control, then you can do all this on your iOS device. If you're using the H9 by itself and you don't have H9 control handy, or you're someplace and you can't get to your phone or to a laptop, this is how you set it up manually. So you enter the MIDI mode, and we go to receive control, and then all the looper commands are at the very end of the list. They've been added to the end. So you'll have to map the following commands. Record is MIDI CC 87. Play is MIDI CC 86. Stop is MIDI CC 85. Empty, that's empty, is MIDI CC 90. Direction, this is the looper reverse, is CC 94. And octave, which is the looper speed, half speed or normal speed, is CC 95. Once everything is set up, you'll need to engage the H9, and then let's go to looper mode. Looper mode is exactly the same as the timeline or M9, M13. The left button is record. Button again is overdub. Tap it again to stop overdubbing. The right button is retrigger, and holding the right button sends the stop command. If you hold the right button while the looper is stopped, we send the command to empty the loop. While the loop is playing, you can go to the looper 2 mode, and you can toggle the octave. Or the reverse and have the reverse command. The looper does not support undo or redo, and there are no controls for looper level. If you're using the H9 looper, it's best to only use L1 and L2 mode. We don't support L3, Eventide doesn't support it as yet. So it's pretty straightforward. It's a foreground looper, as was previously mentioned, so it's not quite as useful as the looper on the timeline or the Big Sky, but it is a free update. We've got the firmware files available on our website now, at disasterareadesigns.com, and then update your H9 using H9 control, and you'll be all set. It's also worth noting that if you have the older time factor, all these commands and parameters are identical. So set up your MIDI device on your DMC as an H9, and we can control the time factor looper on the time factor exactly the same way. If you've got any questions or comments, please post them below. Thanks for watching.